Hi, it's me, Carrie. Happy New Year. Welcome to 2025. I want to share with you why I get so excited about writing books. And specifically, I'm talking about books that you're writing to share what you know, what you do, what makes you unique and magical, and the ways that you help people in a book so that you can reach more people than you can through, let's say, your newsletter or a course that you offer, or sometimes just sitting with your thoughts in a room by yourself. Writing a book is, in my opinion, the most accessible way to share your magic with the world. And it does a number of things that can elevate your expertise and shine a light on it and bring what you offer to the world in only the way that you can do it. So here's the thing about writing a book. Writing a book requires you to hone your voice, to find the authentic way that you express what you do. Let's say, for example, you're a life coach, okay? We know there's thousands, if not millions, of life coaches out there. But that's not a reason to say, oh, then I shouldn't be a life coach, or nobody wants to hear what I say or do as a life coach. What it means is that I'm a brilliant life coach because of what I bring to my work, because of all the things that I have studied and learned and experienced that can help me relate to my clients. So the magic, the way that you do things is what gets to be shown in your book. So one of the things that I learned as a writer is that it forces us to get very clear and concise and deep with what we know. I started writing my first book 5 years ago, and I've been writing all my life. And anyone who wants to be a writer is a writer. And what I mean by that is that if you have a notion of writing a book, if you've ever said to yourself, I'd like to write a book someday, you're a writer, because people who don't write don't say those words. So, right there, just know that you're a writer. But it may take some guiding and coaching and support to help you figure out how to do that, because it certainly did for me, even though I'd been writing all my life. And what I discovered through the act of writing my first book is that it made me get really clear about what made me special in the work that I did in the world. And it made me figure out how to say it very concisely. And that really helped me to find my skill as a writer and also to find my voice as a writer. Because when I would read passages back that I had written and I would be like, that's not how I sound, then I might record it and listen to how I'd say it, and then kind of transcribe that. And that helped me to find the way that I can authentically present myself to my readers. So, what a book that is designed to share what you know and what you do and what your experiences have been with the world is that it's going to rely on you being able to reach people, to touch people, to sometimes we call it a hook, to attract people who are looking for something that you are talking about. Okay. So, um, one of the ways we often talk about that is finding the problem that your book solves. Okay, so that's one of the things that's going to make people want to read your book is that they recognize that there's something in your book that they've been looking for. The second thing is that the book is written in your authentic voice and shares your special sauce, all the things and stories about your life that people can relate to. You're going to help people see the path that you walk so they can see themselves walking a similar path. You're going to share what has worked for you. and what were the challenges that you overcame so they can see those possibilities for themselves. And you're going to do that through writing in the way that you talk, expressing things in your style, and showing people your particular story in your particular journey. The next thing that's going to make your book really help people is it's going to show them things that they couldn't have seen, known, or understood without reading your book. Things that they couldn't have found on their own. Otherwise, they would have. Now, maybe they would have found it 20 years from now, but your book, you want it to help people now, as soon as possible, as quickly as possible. And so when you share your story and the things that you know and the things that you do, and it might be that you share exercises or activities or just examples and stories from other people that resonate with them, we call those kinds of stories like acupuncture needles that hit us just where we need them to stimulate an idea or a thought or help us to discover something that we didn't know before. And then the last thing is that your book will inspire people with insights or ideas or actions that they can't wait to try, that they're ready to get going, to start to make those improvements in what they're looking for in their life. So these are the things that make me so excited about people writing about what they do and how they serve the world and how they help people, because you can put it in this super accessible. Books are inexpensive, often free from a library. They can be consumed on an electronic device or curled up in a cozy corner of your room, or even spoken to you while you're taking a walk through an audiobook. Books are so accessible for people. And this is a way that you can quickly get out the work that you do in the world to a large audience. And I would love to help guide you on that way. So if you're watching this and you're a little bit inspired to write a book, join me for the Books with Purpose workshop. It's coming up this Saturday, January 11th, 2025. And if you can't be there in person, but I highly recommend that you come in person, because that's when you'll get feedback on your ideas and you can answer questions. You can brainstorm with other writers just like you. Come in person, you get your questions answered. But if you absolutely can't, then you can get a recording and you can learn the things to get started writing that book so you can make an impact in the world. I hope you can join me.